Hey, Sister Kate here. It is sleeting. It is freezing, raining right now, and I've got to go do my chores. I've got to feed some animals. This, Feeding them during this time is the only way we have, besides giving them warm bedding or dry bedding, to help them stay warm. When we're off grid, we don't have power everywhere, and we're heating our own home by wood, and so to help the animals, I make sure I feed them enough food of quality that'll help them keep their body temp up, and also that they have shelter with some warm bedding in it so they can nestle down in it. And that's what I'm doing this morning. So I'm also wearing my brand new Australian coat that Glenn Nelson sent Pastor. He sent one for me as well. And I've got the hood up because it is precipitating right now. That's what the little video at the beginning was supposed to show you. And it's got some really nice features. It's got this, I think you can button it, but I'm not sure. It's kind of like throat protector, drawstrings for the hood, the little overhang so you're not getting rain and stuff right on your face. The pockets are really big, and the ones down here have a zipper right there, so I can zip that pocket and have stuff in it. Plus, the regular pocket is really big. It's big enough for the phone to fit in there completely, whereas my other coat, the pocket, is not deep enough for that, and so I stick the phone in the upper pocket of my bib overalls, but it doesn't even really fit in there. So it's kind of a gear test, and Pastor said it's supposed to be very warm and very water resistant, so we're going to find that out today. So I'm going to start on my my chores and get back to y'all. Pulling stuff, I have one of those like fold up plastic wagons, but I also have this sled. And I know you're like, what, the sled? What are you going to do? I can haul hay in this, and it slides easily over the ground, whether it's wet and snowy or if it's a regular day. So that's what I'm going to be taking the hay to the one goats that are back there, because I've got it stored up by the chicken coop. There is some hay down there now, but we haven't started using it yet. I want to finish up that bale up there. So I just wanted to show you a good piece of gear. I taped it up because it kind of cracked, and I didn't buy another one yet. I use them until basically they fall apart, because I want to get good quality for my money. But yeah, this little, whatever you call it, toboggan kind of plastic kid sled really is a good homestead tool. I'm walking down to the ducks, and my initial impression is the coat is very warm and very water resistant. Nothing seems to be sticking to it, which is good. It's got these big buttons on it for the pockets. See if I can show it to you. That makes it easier to find when you're stressed out. And I was getting stressed out because the hardest part of this morning has been keeping the yak tracks from coming off. And let me show you the tops of them. I've got strings tied onto them to hopefully keep the front end from slipping off. The rope tied at the back of them, so if they do come off, they won't just be left in the countryside, which I have done before, and luckily we found them again. But that was Pastor Joe's suggestion. As I said before, it's still freezing, raining, and this part had slipped off, and the little frozen rain things were hitting me on the nose, and it actually hurt. So I said, ding dong, and I put that back on. So now I'm going up to the ducks. That's open. They're actually back there, and taking care of them next. All right, so I took a little break, fixed my yak tracks. I just wanted to show you kind of what's around me. That's where I came from. That's a really rugged part of the property. It drops off over there. And this Australian coat is doing great. It's warm enough. Like I said, it's keeping me waterproof. The buttons help. Let's see if I can get this thing settled for just a moment. I'm going to feed the baby goats up top, and then I'm going to walk down to the cottage. We are right on the brink of Russia doing something in Ukraine. Pastor's been watching it all morning long. That's going to mean stuff for us. Preppers have been talking about what that's going to mean for you. Time for you to get ready if you haven't already. You want to be able to support yourself if you have to. So as I was walking along, I was having thoughts about our our places where we have our animals, the facilities we have for them. And on one hand, I was thinking, wow, we should just get power. We should just, modernize. And then I had the second thought where the pioneers lived like this. They didn't have electricity. How did they take care of their animals? They put them in barns. They put them in shelters with a lot of hay to help them keep warm. And sometimes, if you go even farther back, people put the animals in the house with them to help them stay warm, to help the people stay warm and the house stay warm, as well as for the animals to stay warm. And so what I was thinking about is solar heaters, which, if you know anything about solar, it takes a lot of power to create any kind of heat with electricity. But I'm going to look into that next. If I can, do one better than I am now, then I will want to do that thing. And I also thought about putting a rocket stove at the back end of the greenhouse, because the greenhouse on the back side, the plastic doesn't quite reach the ground anyway, and we have some metal panels left over from building the meeting hall. And so I was considering maybe putting that end in with metal panels and putting a rocket stove on the outside of it. And then I could just make a little fire in the rocket stove, and that could warm that wall of the greenhouse and maybe keep it a little bit warmer in there. Say if I had chicks or something in there. Just some thoughts. If you guys know anything about solar heaters, just comment, please, and I'm going to do a little research on that. Okay, so that's it for today. I may do a live stream later, I don't know, but I'm going to go down and recover. It took me almost an hour to do something that normally takes me 20 minutes, so I need a break. Shalom, y'all. Stay warm.